And finally, at number 1, I have Rebirth. My oh my, is this game fantastic. So this is Kinezia's latest kind of root building style game. Now, if you watch my channel, you might know that I'm a huge fan of that genre or style of game, especially when the Doctor is doing it. And this one kind of cherry picks bits from his other designs, like, you know, Havilandi, Babylonia, Through the Desert, all these games, but still manages to make it feel distinct, unique, and the quality of game design here is off the chart. So definitely going to be a contender, if not a surefire for Game of the Year for me at this point. It is, I was super impressed with everything this game has to offer. So gameplay wise, super simple. You have one tile in your hand. You can place it on the board on a matching space, or also a kind of a neutral space. You are trying to surround these castle areas. You know, the more of your pieces surrounding these castles, you'll claim that castle for yourself, which will be endgame scoring. And you're also trying to kind of build chains of the same symbol, because each time you do that, they're going to compound on each other and score you more and more points. You're trying to score majorities by populating these towns and cities. If you have a majority, you're going to score more points, and so on. And I love the way that there's so much to do, but you are pigeonholed to only being able to place one tile at a time. Now, for me, I really like that because there are so many different options at all times that having one tile is enough to mull over. But I can see that some people might find that a little bit restrictive, because you might really want, say, a population tile to fill up that last space in the city, but you just can't draw one for, you know, just by pure luck. I understand that frustration, but there are so many other opportunities at all times that doesn't really bother me, and it's just something you have to kind of configure into your decision making and into your strategy. Now, there are other things going on at the same time through these kind of private or public objectives, depending on which map side you're playing on. So some might say, you know, control this particular castle, or, you know, be on the edge of the board 4 times, and so on. And so there's so many different conflicting things you're going for, and you just want to do everything all at once. And despite the board being so open to start with, before you know it, everything is closed down and those opportunities will start to disappear. As I kind of alluded to before, there are 2 sides of the board here, which do offer quite a different experience. So you've got the, I think it's Scotland and Ireland, I believe. So the Scotland map is kind of the simpler of the 2, where a lot more of the spaces are more restrictive on what you can do. That's the one where you have your private objectives. I say the Ireland board is a bit more gamey, because there's a bit more free form in what you can do, and also the competitive nature is up a little bit more, because you are fighting for priority to get those objectives completed, to get more points. But for me, this is everything I want from a Knizia. I had high expectations, and this superseded those expectations, which is quite rare for me to say. And dare I say it, this game has replaced some other Knizias that I've had. Games like Havilandi, this one completely just destroys it. It cuts its legs from underneath that game. I mean, I really like Havilandi, but this one does everything Havilandi does, but way better. And also games like Samurai, it kind of reminds me of, as well as games like Babylonia, of course. So this one for me is like S-tier Knizia, like the best of the best. This is up there with the Babylonias. This is up there with the Ras. It is that good of a design. And as I said, probably going to be my game of the year. Could not recommend this one enough if you like the style of games that I do. So that is Rebirth. So happy to have this in my collection. This is like the best of the best at number 1.